my name's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad you've clicked on this particular video, because if you've clicked on a video that's titled Just Hit Record, it's probably because you're wanting to start a YouTube channel and maybe you need a little encouragement, and I want to encourage you. I am celebrating 3 months of finally being on YouTube as a content creator. Now, I'm still a babe. There's so much that I'm learning. I am not an expert at all. This journey is just beginning for me. A year ago, I would not have believed that I would finally be on the other side of the camera, because I was in such a habit pattern of putting off YouTube and allowing my limiting beliefs, my uncertainties, my insecurities, my perfectionism. I was in such a habit of letting those rule in my life that I was just too uncertain to step into YouTube, even though it was something I really wanted to do. And this is a very unusual experience, I think, for most people. I mean, I do think there are some naturals in front of the camera, and they love being in front of the camera. They speak easily to that little tiny dot right there where I'm looking at you. And they're very natural in front of a camera, and they love it, and they flow. But I think for most of us, it just takes a lot of practice. And I, once again, have hardly perfected it, but I am actually doing it because I finally hit record. So this title is a little bit of a play on the very first video that I ever posted in my content creator journey, called Hit Record. And I could have looked better, to be honest. The other day I went back and I actually watched that video. I've not watched it since I posted it. I could have worn a better shirt. The lighting was absolutely horrible, of course, as most new videos are, unless you're really, really good at videography and you really know what you're doing and maybe you've got all your equipment. But for most of us, and I'm using an Android, I don't think it's as great as the iPhone for video quality, but I did it. And I was so proud of myself. You know, even though I go back and I look back at that video and it's a little rough, I was so proud that I actually got in front of the camera. For me, perfection was something that prevented me for years from actually hitting record. I really didn't exactly know what the journey was going to look like for me here on YouTube, or exactly what type of content I wanted to create. And because I didn't have all of the answers perfectly mapped out, I never did anything. And I was just stuck. And of course, year after year went by. Something that helped me, and it may help you, is to have a general idea about what you would like to present to the community here on YouTube, how you would like to serve your viewers, if you will. And then understand that it will be a process as you begin to step into the journey. I knew that I wanted to have a lifestyle type of channel where I wanted to cover and discuss a wide variety of topics. I didn't want to be so niched down that I was only in one narrow category. Now, for some people, that may be perfect. You may be that person. You may know exactly what you want to talk about, and you are an expert in this one particular area. For me, I wanted to have a broader spectrum. My main intention for my channel, and setting up an intention for your channel and for your videos, is also helpful. I wanted to encourage. One of my favorite things to do is to share. I love discovering new things. I'm a little bit of a self-help nerd. I want my videos to be a comfort or a friend. I want to share. I want to inspire. I love playing it forward, and starting a YouTube channel is such a great way to play forward a passion or an inspiration. And that is my intention behind my videos. Now, you may be one of those rare people where you know exactly what you want to do. That's beautiful. Or you might be like me, where you have a general idea, but you're not exactly sure what it looks like, and that's okay. I have only learned that after hitting record. I let that not specific plan stop me from hitting record. It really is a discovery process as you go. You may start off with something and find that you go in a completely different direction, or you start doing something, but then you think, actually, I kind of would like to share this thing too. It is this unfolding self-discovery process. So your viewers may inspire you too. They may say, hey, we'd like to know about this, or what about that? Or could you show us this? Could you show us that? And that may lead you down a path you had least expected. When I first started my channel, I thought for sure I was only going to film in my home, only. But through a series of circumstances, I ended up getting outside of my house because filming in public and in front of people seemed daunting at the time. I discovered that I really liked it. And now I do have that with my channel. Because I hit record, I am now in this process of discovering and growing and trying things. I have my intention behind my videos, but that's also still growing and developing. So understand too that will probably be a process for you, and hopefully that'll take away, if you're struggling with perfection, hopefully that will help you lose a little bit of that fear. Another thing that I did that really helped me continue to upload, once I hit record and I finally stepped into that first video and started uploading, what helped me build momentum and to begin to develop the habit of creating content and uploading, even though it was so beginner. And I'm still so beginner. I'm only 3 months old and I'm still learning so much about my channel and how to express myself and to be authentic and to create meaningful content. It is a journey, but you have to first hit record to actually begin that journey. And if, like me, you are somebody who has put it off for so long, it can be really, really hard to kind of keep that ball rolling. Well, an unexpected thing that I thought was absolutely impossible was I ended up stepping into a 30-day, 30 video challenge. So we have to go back to the beginning of 2024. January 2024, I was looking back at, again, another year that had gone by without stepping into my YouTube channel. So once again, I made that commitment. I'm going to start my YouTube channel in 2024. Well, January went by, February, March, April. I'm a Mel Robbins lover. I love listening to her podcast. You could either just listen to her podcast or watch the podcast on YouTube. I've been a fan of hers for years. This year was the 3rd year of her live coaching program called Launch. People have asked her for years to give them one-on-one coaching, and she's like, I do not do one-on-one coaching, but here is an opportunity for you to be coached by Mel Robbins for 6 months. And I'm telling you, it was some of the best money I have spent, and it really was not that expensive for all that I got. I mean, it was really, really reasonable. I mean, it's a couple of DoorDash orders depending on your family size, like per month. It was not that bad at all. But what I received so much wealth of knowledge and inspiration and wisdom. When she was leading up to the program, because I had never taken part in a coaching program before, she was like, okay, it's April 2024. 6 months down the road, October 2024, where do you want to be? You know, what do you want to have stepped into? You know, what will you be proud that you've accomplished? And of course, for me, the number one goal at that time, which had been for so long, was I really wanted to start my YouTube channel. I really wanted to step into it. So I ended up signing up for this program, and I was a little afraid to do it, to be honest. I had never taken part in a coaching program. I didn't know what to expect. I was afraid I was going to fail, you know, like so I don't know, isn't that just, it's kind of annoying sometimes when you really want to do something, but then you've got this nagging little voice that's like, but you might fail. It's like, ugh. But Isn't that what we have to go through? Anytime you step into something new, like YouTube, what if I fail? Well, you'll never know. And what is failure? If you do something and it didn't work out, well, that's just knowledge. It's not failure. So we need to squash failure, but that's another video. But anyway, so I stepped into this coaching program. We had 3 separate projects. First project, I was like, starting my YouTube channel. Never did. Then the middle project was something that Mel Robbins and her team picked for the group. Well, then came the third project, which was September. Now, of course, mind you now, I still had no YouTube channel. April went by, April, May, June, July, August, September of the program. And it was weighing heavily on me that I had made that commitment in April, that by October, I wanted to have my YouTube channel started. And I had not started it yet. And it was weighing on me. So for the third project, I said, I'm going to start my YouTube channel. Well, and I made that commitment, and we were all part of a community. You know, people are like, share your project idea. What are you going to be working on? And I'm like, I'm going to start my YouTube channel finally. Then I had the horrible realization that I was getting a Kybella treatment, which if you don't know, Kybella is an injectable that goes under your chin and it can help with double chin. And I have a long face. I have a strong nose and a long face. So some Kybella just helps me. You know what I mean? And I've had it done before, and it gives you a very like unnatural goiter. You really, really swell up while the product is working its magic underneath your chin. You look like you have a goiter. It's very like Goblin King in The Hobbit, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's not pretty. So I had realized, oh no, I forgot. In September, I was having this Kybella treatment. Well, I definitely cannot start a YouTube channel like that. Like, I can't put my face out on YouTube. So I got my Kybella treatment, stepped into a different project, and, you know, my swelling went down fairly quickly. Like, after about a week and a half, it didn't look terrible. Like, nobody would probably know that I had anything done. I knew it, but nobody else would know. And because I had gone through so many months of coaching with Mel Robbins, because what that program did was it taught us students how to get out of our limiting beliefs, rewrite the script, and then actually step into the things that are important to us. So all of that training and the fact that I had put it off again with another excuse. And then I was like, well, if I don't do it in September, well, in October, then there's the holidays and I'll just wait and do it for the new year. That was my thought. My thought was I would just start again in 2025. Like I'd try it in 2025. Well, you know, in 2025, I would not have done it. I was just in such that habit pattern of putting it off. Well, thank God I was in that training, because that training and the fact that I just knew I was meant to step into this took over. And I finally decided, you know what? I've got to get it. I've got to hit record. That's when that idea came to my mind, because I really didn't quite know, like, what do I make my first video about? I don't really know how to do that. I picked a topic, and that topic was, why don't I just document myself getting in front of the camera, hitting record, and just getting used to being in front of the camera and documenting my experience. Because that's just what I needed to do, was I needed to just get on this side of the camera, finally, and then go from there. Now, at that time, I didn't know I was going to step into a 30 video challenge. Part of this training I did with Mel Robbins. Now, she has one of the top podcasts on the globe. Her advice way back in our April training, she said, if you're going to get on social media, do 30 videos, 30 posts, 30 podcasts. She's like, get yourself a notebook. She's like, write down your ideas. She's like, you can come up with 30 ideas. Get 30 video ideas, brainstorm, do 30 videos, 30 podcasts, 30 Instagram posts. She's like, build momentum. That's what you need to do. That's how you can get started. Well, that training also played around, because of course, and it especially played around in my mind, because I thought that seems absolutely impossible, because I was somebody who could not imagine actually hitting record and doing one video. I could not imagine recording 30 videos. How do you even do that? I finally started making some videos. My first one was hit record. And then my other one was practice, practice, practice. That was also a really big thing for me, was I would just freeze when I would get in front of the camera. Now, it still takes warm up. And I don't know, I feel like probably a lot of creators feel this way too. Sometimes you just need to get warmed up, depending on the type of video you're doing. And it takes a minute. And it might take a couple of takes before I don't know how news anchors do it. I thought about that recently. Like, I don't know how the news anchor people do it. I don't know what kind of warm-up process they go through. And of course, I guess for these folks, they are doing it every day. So maybe it does become very natural. But it takes me a little while to get warmed up sometimes. Some days are better than others. And that was my first video, was practice, practice, practice. My third video, I did a video on perseverance. And I just started, documenting myself, getting in front of the camera, and I thought that I would do this playlist in the hopes that maybe if somebody saw my god-awful videos and how bad they were, it would encourage somebody else to be like, you know what, if she can do it, then I can do it too. That was the whole purpose, which also supported what I wanted my channel to be about, which is, as I share an experience and discover and apply to my life, then I want to share it with you, because I'm always being inspired by the world around me, by the people around me, by the music I hear, the shows I watch. And I like to share that kind of thing. Because I was part of this training program with Mel Robbins, she encouraged us, like I said, to do the 30 video challenge. Well, as I began, and I didn't start off thinking, oh, I'm going to do 30 videos in 30 days. What I thought was, just each day, let me try to record a video and just see how I would do. I didn't actually commit to 30 videos because I wanted to give myself an out. Well, after a handful of videos, I thought, okay, maybe I can do 30 videos, and I'm just going to do it under this topic of documenting myself and my thoughts, starting a YouTube channel with zero experience. And I did. I ended up stepping into that 30-day, 30 video challenge. It was honestly, for me, for somebody who had put YouTube off for so long, and I had such a habit of not stepping into it. That was the domineering pattern in my life, was to squash that desire with my limiting beliefs, doubts, and insecurities, that taking part in my own personal 30 video, 30-day challenge became, in fact, I think I titled a video, and I haven't watched that thing since I put it up, but I titled a video called the 30-day video gym buddy, or some kind of crazy name. I'm still working on the titles and the thumbnails, and that's not even perfected, but it's a journey, which is the whole point. That 30 video challenge did become my gym buddy, if you will. I made that commitment, and once I made that commitment, I could not go back. I'm like, I will do it. I learned how to do a little batch recording, if it was going to be a weekend, or I had a tattoo. I have a lot of tattoos. I had a tattoo appointment. I would do a little bit of recording. I learned how to batch record within those first 30 videos. I mean, I'm telling you what, I did it was kind of basically a full immersion style. I just went in full immersion, and it really helped me just finally step into YouTube. And now the journey is still unfolding. I continue to add to the series. And now that I've had 3 months, that's why I got the idea to really make this video called Just Hit Record, because you can be there too. And one day you will be there, but you first have to hit record and then just start the process. Now, you may or may not do a 30-day challenge. You may not be able to with your schedule, depending on what you have. I am a full-time homemaker. I am retired from homeschooling, raising my children. I am on the verge of empty nest. And I was really looking to step into the next calling for my life. Contribution was also something that was very important to me. And I thought, what a great way to contribute. That's what I hope to do. I hope to contribute. So that's something with hit record. Just to go back, have a general idea. It's okay if you're not specific. You don't have to be. Trying to be specific was the thing that helped me back personally. Some people may know exactly what they want, and that's amazing for them. I wasn't one of those people. You might be that way too. If you are like me, where you're not really quite sure, but you have a general idea, honestly, that's all you need. That at least is a springboard, because once you step into it, it will be a self-discovery, creator discovery journey that will continue to unfold. I can only imagine where I'll be this time next year. I can't wait to make my year celebration video. I can't even imagine it. It's going to be really exciting. Just have a general idea of how do you want your videos to serve? Are you encouraging, educating, uplifting, inspiring, entertaining, moving, great storytelling? It could be anything, right? Whatever it is for you. And then hit record and start stepping into the creator process. And it will continue to unfold. Full immersion is also something, which is I did that 30 video challenge. Now, you may not say, here's a thought too. You may not do a 30-day, 30 video challenge like I did. And I did kind of batch record, so I would plan it out. You could do a 30 video challenge where you prepare out 30 videos, and depending on the type of content you're making, what you're doing, you do 2 of them a week, but you have a 30 video plan. So there could be a lot of ways that you can do this, but there is something about setting a specific goal for a specific amount of videos that can really help keep you on task. And for me, that's what it did. Is I needed a bit of a task master to get me into a new habit, which was stepping into YouTube versus putting it off again. Have courage and continue to work on your authenticity. That's something that I am still reminding myself. Like I said, I'm only 3 months old. I do not come with experience of being a content creator at all. I am really learning so much all the time. What I remind myself is to have courage and to work on my authenticity in front of the camera, because this takes practice to learn how to connect and engage through a camera lens. There can be a real temptation to want to copy others. There, to a degree, we can be inspired because, to quote Tony Robbins, and I don't know if he was the first one who said this, or Jim Rohn, who was a famous multimillionaire life coach speaker, success leaves clues. So there is something about learning from successful YouTubers and creators and people that inspire you, because success leaves clues. But the goal is to be inspired by, but then take it into your content creating journey and then express that in an authentic way that represents who you are. That's something that I have tried to really keep my focus on, is not worrying about a lot of other things, but just worry about learning how to become more and more authentic on camera, because it is a process. It's a craft. It's an art. It takes time and practice to learn how to be authentic when you're talking to a camera. And it takes a lot of practice, but have courage and don't be afraid to be who you are, because that is the beauty of YouTube, is you. It's me. And I know sometimes for some people, it's hard for us to look at ourselves that way, but we are meant to connect with other souls. And we all have value, intrinsic value. We are all valuable, and we are meant to connect. The YouTube's algorithm is designed to bring your audience to you. I am an introverted person, and I am definitely a reserved type of person. I love watching videos where the people are just, they're warm and they're engaging and they just ooze that like warmth and energy, warm blanket, hot cup of cocoa mug, that friendly, warm, cozy cabin kind of feel. I love to watch videos like that, but that is not my personality. And if I felt like I had to be that way on camera, I would not be successful in my YouTube career. In fact, I would probably end up stopping. But then there are a lot of creators I love watching who are, they're very warm and engaging through the screen, but they are more reserved in nature. So don't be afraid to be authentic. Have the courage to be authentic. Just hit record. And if you're starting a new channel, please let me know so that I can come by and give you some love. And if you've watched this video, thank you so much for giving me your time. And I hope that this video encourages you to step into your YouTube channel and become a content creator. And then one day you can celebrate 3 months and 4 months and 5 months and 6 months and so on. And it's exciting. And if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you may be in this big, beautiful globe of ours. And until the next video, thank you. Bye.